What's up, teens? This week we are going to be interviewing our interns, and that includes myself, Kobe, Noah, Maggie, and Tyler. So I'll be asking them some questions. Where are they? Where are they?
I said interview, not interrogate.
Oh, my bad. I thought we were, never mind. I'll see you later. Sorry.
What is your full name?
My full name is Maggie Faith Pig. I was named after my mom's mom and my dad's mom. Their names are Margaret and Faye, so that my parents put them together and got Maggie Faith. My name is just Maggie, not Margaret.
Kobe Lynn Cook.
My full name is Tyler Ray Cook, the 8th, minus the 8th, so just Tyler Ray Cook.
Noah Reed Terry.
My name is Nathan Ray Cook Jr. When's your birthday?
December 21st.
May 28th, 1999.
My birthday is July 31st, 2000.
My birthday is June 1st, 2001.
November 23rd, 1998. What grade are you in?
I am a freshman in college, gonna be a sophomore because we just finished finals.
I'm going to be a junior this next year.
I'm a senior in college.
I'm about to start my senior year at SMU.
A senior in college.
Where do you live?
I live in Bethany, Oklahoma.
I live in Bethany, Oklahoma, which is where SMU is located. Kobe and I have a rent house out there and 2 beautiful puppies.
I live in San Marcos, Texas. It's beautiful, the most amazing city on the face of the earth. I love it 100%.
Blanchard, Louisiana.
When I'm not at SNU, I live in Midwest City, Oklahoma, about 2 minutes from the church.
What are some of your favorite hobbies?
I really like sewing, knitting. I've just recently started doing my own nails.
Some of my hobbies include any type of sports, especially basketball, playing instruments, mainly guitar, and playing video games. That's pretty fun. Recently I've been really into Can Jam, which is a game that's outside. I love the outdoors as well.
Some of my favorite hobbies are baking and cheerleading, and recently since quarantine I've been super into like painting, and I've gotten really into sewing, so they're kind of grandma hobbies, but I enjoy them.
Some of my hobbies include filmmaking. I've started enjoying making these videos. I enjoy playing basketball. I enjoy youth ministry. I've started to enjoy reading now. I'm also a huge plant guy. I love planting plants, putting them in pots, and bonsai and all that. So those would be a few of my hobbies.
Watching TV, talking about TV or movies, you know.
What's your favorite color?
Like a sunset orange.
My favorite color is black.
Blue.
My favorite color is blue.
My favorite color is red. What's your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert would probably be like a molten chocolate lava cake. That'd probably be my favorite.
Peanut M&Ms.
Frozen yogurt.
Pazookies.
My favorite dessert, without a doubt, is On Cue frozen yogurt, the birthday cake flavor with strawberries and raspberries on top. That stuff is good.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Cane's, definitely my favorite.
Chick-fil-A.
My favorite fast food restaurant is Whataburger.
Whataburger.
Qdoba.
What's your favorite sit-down restaurant?
Qdoba.
Favorite sit-down restaurant, Buffalo Wild Wings.
My favorite sit-down restaurant is Texas Roadhouse. I love a good steak, love a good Texas Roadhouse roll. So good.
Bricktown Brewery.
My favorite sit-down restaurant would be Texas de Brazil. Who was your childhood hero?
My childhood hero was probably Iron Man because he was super smart, he could fly, and like used mechanics to just beat bad guys, which was cool. And he had a lot of money, so that's always awesome.
Martin Luther King Jr.
My childhood hero is definitely my dad. My dad is so cool, and I grew up wanting to be just like him. He knows so much about everything, and he's kind of a jack of all trades. He's never met a challenge that he can't face. My dad's absolutely incredible, and I love him a lot. if you guys haven't met my dad, I hope you get the chance to, because he's so cool.
My childhood hero is Dirk Nowitzki.
Captain America.
Tell us about your call to ministry and what you want to do after college with that call.
Well, when I went to college, I was going to be a doctor. So I was majoring in biology, chemistry, and really felt like I was going to do like some sort of like missions. Like there's a group called Mercy Ships, and I thought I would maybe go and be a doctor for them and go travel to different countries and just offer medical services that way. But during my first semester of college, I just decided like I hated those classes, and if I did that for the next 4 years plus medical school, I just wouldn't be very happy. So I really started looking for something else, and I ended up getting connected with an organization called No Boundaries International, and I interned with them, and I really, really loved it. So they really influenced me, but I felt like there I really found my calling, and that like God was really showing me like different avenues that ministry can happen, because I always knew ministry could be done in every field, but I never knew which one I would do. But that really helped me decide what major I wanted to do and where I needed to go. So I changed my major that first semester, and I decided on missions and civic and community engagement, because I really felt led to do some sort of nonprofit. And then over the years, I have continued to intern with No Boundaries and here at Midwest City, and I just really got to know the things that I enjoy doing and meet people with from all different walks of life. And I really have felt like God has led me towards prison ministries, and I just recently in the past year added a minor in psychology. So I think I've finally kind of settled on doing drug use and addiction counseling after I graduate, specifically in the prison system. So yeah.
So coming into college, I decided that I wanted to do biochemistry, which is the pre-med track. So my plan was to eventually become a doctor. But then just recently, this last semester actually, there were some different events that I went to, some different experiences I had, just things that were going on in life. I felt God was tugging at me and telling me, hey, this is what you need to be doing. And so I realized that the only way that I would really truly be able to follow Christ in the way I wanted to was to be full-time, actively loving people and having that be my job. So I changed my major, and so I'll start those classes in the fall for pastoral ministry. So I changed to that, and I'm super excited about it. Right now my plan is to have a focus on youth, so youth ministry, and also doing music, which I love both of those things. And maybe at some point I will, maybe I'll travel overseas and do some work. Maybe I'll be a senior pastor at some point. I don't know exactly where all this will take me, but I just want to be able to follow wherever God is asking me to go. And I'm super excited about it. So yeah, that's my call.
So my dad is a pastor, and I've grown up in the church, and when I was probably a junior in high school, I started to feel this call to ministry, to missions specifically, and so I pursued that call, and I took some classes in missions my first semester of college, and I also started taking some psychology classes, and as I started to hear and feel what I felt like God was saying that He had for me, after college, I started to feel more like He was leading me towards like Christian counseling, like pastoral counseling. And so right now I am on the track to be ordained, but I'm also on the track to get my master's eventually. Like after my undergrad, I'll go on to get my master's in counseling psychology, so that I can pursue a career in pastoral counseling and like Christian family and like children counseling. So I'm really excited about it. I know that God is working in my life in really big ways, and I'm really excited to do ministry and to do life with the people around me. So
My call to ministry, when I was in 7th or 8th grade, I started to feel a call, and I was like, I don't think this is real. I think it's just because like that's what my dad does, and maybe I'm just trying to be like my dad because I'm named after him. But this kind of thing just kept, this feeling that I had just wouldn't go away. So then finally about my sophomore year, I decided, okay, this is real. I do feel like I'm called to ministry, but it really frustrated me because I had no idea what I was called to do. I didn't know, because there were so many different opportunities that I could do to serve in ministry, but I didn't know which one. So I was like, well, obviously I can't be called to ministry if I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But I went to Nazarene Youth Conference in 2015, and one of the speakers there talked about giving God everything. So it didn't matter that I didn't know what I was going to do, and I gave my life to Christ and let Him use my life however He wanted to. And now I see that in the form of youth ministry. That's what I'm really passionate about. That's what I love doing. I love being with you guys. This quarantine's been hard just because, you know, it's not the same meeting over Zoom. I'm ready to see y'all face to face. So after college, I plan to get ordained by the Church of the Nazarene, and then I plan to work in ministry full time, be a youth pastor. Maybe someday I'll be a head preaching pastor, but we'll see where God will take me.
So the first time that I got my call to ministry was sometime early on in high school. I remember I was at camp, and I just really felt the Spirit and that He was like guiding me towards a life in ministry. But I just kind of left it at camp and went on about my way. I went to NYC the next year, and I think that event just really solidified my call to ministry. But I didn't listen to it then either. It wasn't until my senior year of high school that I really was like, okay, maybe I could get in on this. And so I went to college with a major in ministry, actually in missions. But I decided halfway through that I didn't want to do it. I ran like Jonah. And I ended up going on a Sims trip to Eswatini. You've definitely probably heard me talk about it because it radically changed my life. But I remember I was praying for clarity one day on a rock that overlooks all of the country of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland. And I just remember it was so clear to me that God was calling me to a life in ministry. And from then, I was all in. I changed my major about a month later. It was in the summer. And then I started interning with y'all. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's been really awesome. And after college, I don't know what path or area of ministry I'll be in, but I'm really open to whatever God calls me to.
Well, thank you guys for watching the video this week. I hope you enjoyed it. And as you go out and live your lives, remember to reflect Christ each and every day, as we will try to as well.
Tyler, are you shooting my outro video?
Nope. Did we get it? All right, see ya. Bye.